Hi Year Ones, it's Mrs. Sweeney and I'm here to start a brand new chapter with you in maths, learning about our numbers all the way up to 20. Okay, if you've got your resources for today and if you've got your learning partner, we are ready to begin. But just before we begin, just wanted to say that there was a couple of things you needed to have for this session. You needed an egg carton that goes up to 10. Or if you haven't got an egg carton, you can have 2 rows of 5 of that makes a 10 of an ice cube, okay? Ice cube tray rather. So if you haven't got the egg carton, you can have your ice cube tray from the freezer, which is obviously empty, not full of ice. If you also can have little things that you can help count for your learning this week, you can have pasta shells, or you could have buttons or spoons or bottle caps, or you could have Lego. I don't mind as long as it helps you do some counting. Okay, just be creative. It could even just be pom-poms that are lying around, hair bubbles if you're a girl, socks. I don't mind. Anything that will help you count, okay? So once you've got all of those things, just a few practical things, we will begin our session. Okay, our learning objective today is to be able to count on from 10, and we're going to do a little bit of exploring. So our in focus task is that we've got an egg carton, and then we've got a few eggs that are outside of the egg carton. Okay, so we've got some in the egg carton, so I'm going to put them in my egg carton. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, no, that didn't go in properly. 9 and 10. Okay, so I know that I'm putting them in my tens frame and I have made my 10. However, there are a few outside and I can count. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 eggs outside of my egg carton. Now, how do I know that there is 4? Or how do I know there's how many there are all together? If you've got your tens frame and your pretend eggs, whether it's pasta or buttons or whatever, could you have a go at sharing your thoughts with your learning partner at home? And when you're finished, we will come back and explore it together. Okay, so hopefully you've had a conversation with your learning partner and we have explored what you can do. So normally what you do is you'd count in ones. Okay, you'd count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, but that takes a long time. Okay, so somebody just probably had a discussion at home where we talked through about counting that you know you already have 10 here in your tens frame. However, instead of counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, counting on from 10 is the skill that you are practicing. So you know you've got 10 in your tens frames. You carry on. You've got 11, 12, 13, 14. Why is it easier to count on from 10? Because you know you already have 10. Absolutely, that is a good starting point. You don't need to double check. You know for sure that in your tens frame or in your tens frame pretend tens frame, which is your egg carton, you definitely have got 10. All of those slots are filled. There's no empty slots in there. Okay, so definitely starting from 10 would be accurate and easy because you know you've got 10. You just carry on after 10. Okay, so you've got 14 eggs. So let's see if we're right. Absolutely, there are 14 eggs. Let's do a bit more practice with not that one, just this one here. Okay, let's check. We've got the question says, how many strawberries are there? Now I know I've got my tens frame. I have got 10 in my tens frame, and I've got 2 extra outside my tens frame. Okay, so I know that my tens frame is full. my top tip is to make 10 and count on. Okay, so I know that I've got 10 in my tens frame. There are no blank spaces in my tens frame. So I've got 10 all together. Then I've got 11, 12. So there are 12 strawberries all together. Okay, now if I did that on my number line, I'm just jumping from one number to the next. I've got 10, 11, 12. Okay, 10 and 2 make 12. So there's 2 jumps, if you remember in our addition that we did. So 10 add 2 equals 12. There are 12 strawberries all together. Okay, now that is quite an important skill to remember. Now I'm just going to go back to the slide here. If I fill up all my egg slots, okay, you should know that all of these are full. None of them, I've got 5 up there, none of them are empty, so I'm filling them all up. Okay, so I know for sure that I've got 5 and 5, they make 10. All my 10 slots are full. Okay, so if I fill all of my carton up, I know that there will be 10. So I don't need to double check. I know that it's my pretend tens frame, and I know in my strawberry task here, I filled up all my strawberries with my pretend, filled up my slots in my tens frame with my pretend strawberry. So if you were at home, you would have used pasta or buttons or whatever is your pretend tens frame. If we're in school, we would be using counters to represent our strawberries. Okay, but it's really important that you understand that you don't need to go back and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in your tens frame, because you know that when your tens frame is full, that is 10. You already have 10, and that's an absolute sure fact, because none of those slots are empty. So you've got 10, and then you count on from 10 whatever is outside of your tens frame. Okay, would you mind practicing doing this part of your Let's Learn with your learning partner? I've got a couple of tasks here for you to do. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to pause the video and make these numbers. Okay, make the number 17. How do you know there's 17? 17 lemons. Okay, so make the number 15 or 16. Choose a number and make it on your tens frame. Choose one number and make it on your tens frame, just like we've made the number 12 now. And when we come back, we're going to just explore a little bit about a particular number, okay, that you would have noticed in our sheet here. So remember, you found your 10, all your 10 slots are full, you've got 10, and then you count on from 10 for the objects that are outside of your tens frame. Okay, so you don't need to do single one-to-one counting, because if your tens frame's full, you've got 10, and then you count on. Alright, so pause the video now, choose one of these numbers, whether it's strawberries, oranges, kiwis, I don't mind. Just make one of those numbers and practice counting on from 10, and when you're finished, we will do a bit more exploring. Okay, now that you're back, I just wanted you to look at this number here, number 20. Okay, so we've got 2 10s and 0 1s, and I've got 2 tens frames. Who said that? Oh, you clever clogs, that's right. 2 10s, 2 complete tens frames means there are 20 objects. Absolutely, and that is a really good fact, mathematical fact to know. If I've got 2 10s, that means I have 20 altogether. And if you would like to, could you try and make 20 on your tens frames and check if you actually have got 20 objects in your tens frames? So you need 2 tens frames and you need 20 objects to make your 20, make your tens frames full. So no empty slots, you've got 10 and another 10, and that makes 20. Could you try and do that at home, please? Now I just want to reassure you that if you can't print off a tens frame, it is very easy to draw. Okay, use the help of your learning partner. You need two boxes, 2 rows of 5 boxes, okay? 2 rows of 5 slots of boxes or cubes or squares, doesn't matter what you want to call them. You need 2 rows of 5, okay? Once you've got those, you have actually made your tens frame. It is not tricky at all. Your learning partner or your mummy or daddy or whoever it is that you're learning with will be able to help you do that. So please do not worry if you can't print one off. Now go ahead and make your 20. When you've come back, we will do some more learning. Okay, for our guided practice, I would like you to look at this task. Okay, now you need some objects, as many as there are in here, and we're going to practice counting on from 10. So we need to find 10 first. Okay, I've got some flowers. Nope, my slide skipped again. I've got some flowers. So shall we find 10? So I'm going to choose my pen. I'm going to find 10. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What I'm going to do is draw a big circle around my 10. Okay, so I know that that is definitely my 10. 1 and 0, 1, 10, and 0 ones makes 10. Okay, then now that I know that I've got my 10 here, I'm going to count on from 10. I'm not going to start counting from 1 again. So this circle here represents my 10. I'm going to count on 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. Shall we check if we're right? We've got 10 and 9. I'm so sorry that my computer keeps doing that. 10 and 9 make, what we got? Definitely, we just said it, 10 and 9 make 19. Okay, we've got 10 and 9 equals 19. What I'm going to do is, it's not going to let me do that, so I'm just going to write it, 19. Okay, now for today, and as an extra challenge, I've asked you to do a little activity. Okay, you need to work as a pair. Now a pair means 2 people. Okay, so you've got yourself and another person, your learning partner. You need to collect 3 sets of counters or any objects that you like. Okay, it could be buttons, pasta, ribbons, hair bubbles, dollies, Lego, whatever you like. Okay, but you need 3 sets. Now for each set you need to make 10 and count on. Get your partner to write the addition sentence, the addition number sentence. Now it's a bit of a challenge, but try your best. And if you don't want to do this challenge, if you find it too tricky, it is absolutely fine. Okay, remember, you make your 10 first, but you count on after that. You count on from 10. You take it in turns to count, and then you write your number sentence, just to review our addition, okay, that we learned. Now, if you've done your extra challenge, or if you're going to do it a bit later, you've got your worksheet, but you also have your journaling sheet, okay, so have a go at doing those. Remember, your top tip is to make 10 and then count on. So in your worksheet, I've already got one coloured circled here, just like we did in our guided practice. Circle your 10, you count on from 10. So you've got 10 and 1 make 11, and 10 add 1 is 11. Okay, so try your best, do your best learning. As always, I'm proud of you as mathematicians. You try your best. I'm here for any questions, so pop me a line and I will be able to get back to you. Well done, year ones. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.